Hello and welcome to GoaCast, the official podcast of GoaFest. The theme for this year is the age of adaptability, and we've had people from brands, media, advertising, people talking about how they have adapted in their business, in their line of work. Now, we will give you another interesting perspective, that of a sportsperson. And fortunately for us and you, we have an excellent sportsperson, excellent athlete, and an excellent captain with us, Sourav Ganguly. Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. Talking about adaptability. One day you are playing in India on a very dusty pitch, and the next week you are in Brisbane facing everything which is going probably beyond your nose. Clearly, there has to be some mindset. You have to get into the change of scene, the situation, the bowlers. There's so many factors in there. How do you, in your playing days at least, how did you make that mental change? How did you do the adaptation, and how do you do so often in all these different scenarios?
Life is about adaptability. It's for everyone. It's not just the cricketer. It's at your home. It's in office. It's in school. It's in college. Moment there is so many situations, there are so many people, you have to adapt. It's something which you learn from a young age at home. And when you talk about cricket, adaptability in cricket, it's about conditions. It's about understanding the situation. It's about understanding what the situation requires. At a young age, you don't have so much understanding, but your raw talent takes over. But as you grow older with experience and more exposure, you adapt. And when you play in India, you play differently. When you go to South Africa or Australia, where the bounce is a lot more, your body adapts to it. Your body adapts to it, your mind adapts to it, and that's why you train. That's why you practice. That's why you do things over and over again. It's like muscle memory. When you want to be a good businessman, as they say, you have to get your hands dirty. Otherwise, you'll never be a good businessman. You go to the market, you understand the market, and then react to it. If you want to be a good player, you react to different pitches you play, turning pitches in India, seaming pitches in England, bouncy pitches in Australia. Because human body is a peculiar system. It adjusts and adapts to everything if you're ready to do it.
Talking about adaptability, I want to just get into the idea of, tell me, which was the toughest place to play in terms of conditions?
When I first went to Australia, because I was young and never seen that. But when I went there once, none was, because I knew what to expect and I knew what to do. The only thing was whether I was, as a human being, as a player, flexible enough to adjust. And I think that's very important for every individual, that you should be ready for change. And sometimes change is good. I tell people that Sachin or even myself would not have been such great one-day players if we were not pushed up the order. I started one-day cricket in the middle. I was a middle order batsman, and then I remember the great man coming to me one day and saying that you're playing well, we're not getting a one-day opener, will you open for India? And there were two things I could have done. I said, no, I'm a middle order batsman. I continue to play in the middle and I'm performing, so you can't change me. And I accepted what he said. Adapted as an opener and became so successful. You look Sehwag. He never batted as an opener in Test cricket till he actually played for India. And I keep telling him, and the world keeps telling him, that because he opened, he finished as a great player for India. So in all our lives, there are times when people will want to change you. People will want to put you in positions where you need to change, where you need to adapt. Don't think as it is that he's doing this to ruin your career. Yeah. He's doing this to make things life
probably they see
more
something
difficult
that
for
you
you.
Don't see.
The best way to move about in your professional life is think as every change as an opportunity.
So that kind of explains how, say you and Ricky Ponting back in the day, playing as captains, and now to being in the same dugout, playing together as a team.
Yeah, it was a lot easier then because I could actually bat and bowl. It's a bit more difficult now because somebody else is batting and bowling. So there's a bit of a difference in that. But then obviously in different roles, different ways of looking at the game, and you adapt and change. You realize that all you can do is get themselves ready and prepared before they walk beyond the rope, because you're not allowed beyond the rope. And when you played, it was the other way around. You had to go and do it beyond the rope. So that's what adaptability is also about. It's about adapting mentally.
One last question, and this is something to do with the recently concluded IPL. How do bowlers adapt from now? We almost saw 300 being breached, and this is just as a cricket fan, and I'm pretty sure there's a cricket fan in every room who's watching it.
I agree.
How do bowlers adapt from here?
They'll have to, and hopefully they pray that next season the grounds are a bit bigger, because some of these grounds are very hard. In Delhi, when you walk in and you see that ground, as a bowler, you'll think even miss hits will clear. But I've seen Mukesh, I've seen Ishant Sharma, old Ishant Sharma, Khalil at times, young Rasik adapt to that condition. It's about believing. Life is about believing. You wake up in the morning, get out of your apartment, believing you're going to do well, you'll do well. And if you get out of home thinking that it's dodgy, it may not happen, you'll definitely not do well. And the best in the business and the successful ones believe a lot more than the normal ones.
That's an interesting thought. Possibly something for all of us to think about. That was our conversation with Mr. Sourav Ganguly. We'll be back with more such conversations on GoaCast, the official podcast of GoaFest.